I'm back on this Pong game again. It was bothering me that switch that was in the door, the coin door, would cause the video to blank out. So I wanted to try to figure that out, and I think I've got it licked. So in one of the first videos I made, I was correcting these cuts like here and here. Okay, so as it turns out, if you reconnect this, then this line here that goes to pin 21 of the connector is going to conflict with whatever's driving this from probably this chip here, not sure. So that was cut on purpose. So I've removed that jumper, and this pin here now can be said to be the expert novice selection. Pin 21 is expert novice. Also, I can correct 22 now. It is not the speaker. I don't know what the hell it is. It's not the speaker, though. This goes to the collector of a 2N2219A NPN transistor. Normally, I would think something like that would be like the coin counter. And maybe it is, but I doubt it. I mean, I don't know. So that might be the coin counter. This here is another input that I'm not sure what it does. So I'm leaving it as don't know. Maybe the wiring connects both this and the expert novice thing. I don't know. But expert novice, I'm gonna demonstrate how that works when I get this board back in the machine. But basically, what it does is the ball is slow until it's hit by any paddle, and then it immediately jumps to full speed. So with the switch set to on, then that's the expert mode, and that causes that to happen. I'm still going to leave that mounted on the inside because that's weird that was, that selection would be something that you would let the user choose. That seems like a operator selection to me. So I'm going to leave that done, so I can also leave the coins button or the credit button on the coin door so that you don't have to keep opening the machine or dropping quarters in it. But, whoever ends up with this machine, you could reverse that easy enough. I think that's all I wanted to say, but this is the completed pinout for this board. And I did some research online about this board. The Video Play International company that made this game made two different versions of this Pong table. This one has a 22-pin connector, but also online someone has a similar board that only has 15 pins. But both of these boards are the same one for the same game. There's two different ones. There's Pong Classic, which plays Pong, 2 or 4 player Pong, and Solo, 1 or 2 player Solo. And that's the game where, you try to get so many points to earn a free game. The other board, I don't know. It has the same games, but it also has a hockey game and a breakout game. I know this board can't be that because for the breakout game, you have to have a RAM. There has to be a RAM somewhere to remember the block positions that you've knocked out. And this board has no RAM on it. So this has to be the basic classic, or whatever the term was, classic Pong game. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to mention that because I did figure that much out today. Okay, let me get this back in the machine, then I'll demonstrate the expert mode. Okay, so here I am on the Killer List of Video Games page, and I'm searching for the video play manufacturer. They only have one game listed for this. They're calling it Video Pong. So when you look at that, you can see this machine looks very similar to what I have. And the only information they have is a picture of a board here. And if you look at this board, let me go ahead and click on that. When you look at this has a different connector. This only has 15 pins. The rest of it looks similar, but not quite right, is it? This only has one switch. Mine has 2. So there's something different going on between the version I have and this one's. Mine might be an earlier version or a later version. I'm not sure. There's also this flyer. So when you look at this flyer, look at the front of it. So you can see the game there. It looks very similar, and there it is again. Now here, they're saying there's 5 different games that these models can play. So the one that I have can play this one, this one, and this one. Now the advanced model, which they're calling Sports Combo, okay? The Video Pong Classic is what I have and what that other picture of the board is. They had a second model, Video Sports Combo, or Video Pong Sports Combo, that had a breakout version and this hockey game here. So in order to play breakout, like I mentioned, you have to have a SRAM or some sort of RAM to remember the blocks. All the block that have been knocked out or haven't been knocked out, however it works. So I'm convinced the board I have is falling under the Video Pong Classic. What I'm not convinced in is they only had one board. Apparently they had at least two different boards because, like I said, the pinouts can't be the same. They're two different pinout. One's 15, one's 22. If you continue to read the model 1000 PC, that's the Classic. So PC stands for Pong Classic here. And if I had the newer model, it would be the 2000 SC, which stands for Sports Combo. SC stands for Sports Combo. So these games are very rare at this point. Not many exist, and I think the Sports Combo may be even more rare than the Classic Pong. Because I've never seen either one of these. The closest thing I've seen was the Mirko version that they have. They called it Challenge. I think it's the same logic as this guy, as this first one. And so you have the three games on it. You have the Pong versions and the Solo. This is called Solo, I think. Yeah. So I don't know if Video Play ripped off Mirko or if it was vice versa. I don't know which one of these games came first. I would assume Mirko was first, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show those flyers and explain a little bit more about these, about this company and the games, because it's a big black hole. There's no information on this. So I got the board back in the machine now. It's looking really good. Wanted to demonstrate the expert versus the novice. So right now I have it set on the novice setting. Let me credit it. Okay, credit. I'm going to push the start button. Now, the way the novice works is after I hit the ball, it will stay slow. See that? It stayed slow. All right, so let me finish this ball. And you'll see it speeds up progressively, which I think is all you really need. You don't need the thing to go full blast. Okay. All right, so let me put it in expert mode now. All right, in expert mode now. Bam, it goes into high speed immediately. Well, I guess you didn't see that. Let's do that again. So first time you hit the ball with the paddle or the back wall even, I think, it makes the ball go fast. So that's your expert mode. That's all it is. So it's fixed, and also the screen doesn't screw up when I flip that switch. So I could put that switch back in the coin door. But like I said, that should probably be an operator level selection, not a user selection. But that's it. So this game now is 100% in my opinion. There's nothing, well, no, not 100%. It's 95%. The LEDs are not working, and I think they're just burned out. I think I've noticed. Here, let me open this up. There's these wires going in here, and they go into these holes that are glued in. Inside there are LEDs, I assume. Also, I have this bracket here, and there's wires going to that, and there's a light there, and that LED. None of these lights turn on. But I know on the board, there's a signal for at least one of them, so one of them should be turning on. I kind of think these two, that one's novice, one's expert, I think those are controlled by the switch settings, not controlled by the board. So whatever the switch does supplies power to those. This one, though, I think is controlled by the CPU board, and I know the signal's there because I can put the scope to it and I see it go active. So I think the problem here is these LEDs are burned out. I may replace them. I may try that. But as far as I'm concerned, it's not really that necessary. There's a light here that would light up that would say game one game when lit. That means it's ready to be started. There's a coin in it, and then the two of them are, other two lights are for this novice and expert. I mean, I'm reluctant to try to unglue that. I might damage it or something. Yeah. Let me look at that. All right, so this LED here was being held by this bracket in this grommet, and then I pulled one of these out to see how it's done, and it's just stuck in the hole with tape around it. This LED, I put these are brand new right here, and I tried to get this to work by just touching the leads, and I got nothing. It's not turning on. Reverse it. Not turning on. And that's with a credit on here. So I was expecting this light to be on with a credit, but it may not work that way. This light may not come on unless you win a free game. So that may be what's actually going on here. That one may be okay. Now this one I would have expected to be on or off depending on the setting of the switch. So when I change the switch, I would expect it to, in one of those two positions, to turn on. So let me unwrap this one, and I'll throw the good diode, good LED across it and see if it turns on with the switch settings. All right, so I pulled away the tape from the legs there so I could expose them, and I shorted a diode across there, and here's the diode LED, and when I go across there, it's not turning on. It's not turning on either polarity. And this should be the novice setting, which is what the switch is set to. I'll flip it to the other side just in case. And it's not turning on there either. So I don't know what's going on with this. It could be that this was never used in this particular game. I looked at the wiring. I took this off to see behind there, and I don't see any broke wires anywhere, and it looked like everything's going down inside all the way down. So I do not know why the LEDs aren't working. And without a schematic, it's just all guesswork. And I can't take the monitor out to get to the wiring down below to see what's going on there either. But yeah, I tried. So the game's not going to have LEDs, but with the with this switch in here, doesn't really matter. They don't need to know if it's on expert mode or not. All right, that's it. The game is working 100% as far as I'm concerned. I wish the LEDs worked, but it is what it is. Hey, thanks for watching. Well, there was one last thing I forgot to test, and that's the coin chute. I got a quarter, and I've already got one credit on there. So let me drop a coin in. It fell through, and now I have 2 credits. So coin chute works. All right, well that's it for this series of videos. The LEDs, I'm thinking about this. The way the board works is it's got a pin that goes high if the game's over, but there's no LED for game over. There's an LED for if there's a game pending, or if it's expert or novice. So I'm wondering if the board that I have was a tweener board where they were making changes, and this was an old cabinet, so they were using up old cabinets maybe and put a new board in there. It's all a guessing game. There's probably no one alive anymore that would know the answer even. So I think these lights just don't work for this. I think that's correct. I think this is an old cabinet and they rewired it for a new board. Because like I showed in those pictures online, you know, the board that goes in this normally would have been a 15-pin board. And I think someone has the pinouts on YouTube, and I'm going to look at them, but anyone can look that up and to see what pins they have figured out for the game. Actually, it's not for this game. It would be for the Mirko challenge, but I would assume it's the same type thing. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm just kind of rambling on at this point, but the game, as far as I'm concerned, is 100%. It works great. Audio is good. Video is good. That's it. Thanks for watching.